Hey, what's up, Thrift Fam? Look at us. We're out of the Thrift Fam studio, or the thrift store studio, rather, and we're in the kitchen upstairs. And you may recognize this from such videos as the Treasure Hunt. I found booty. There's the coffee pot. And the reason we're in the kitchen today and not the thrift store studio is because I'm going to show you a little something that I actually prepared long before I was even the TSP, and I had a channel. And you may recognize some of these. Actually, this one was from before I was the thrift store prep, and you may recognize this packaging. This is one of my mylar weed baggies, and I've actually just got this out of the freezer. You can see in here it's quite hard. We will have a look inside, and this is actually one of the ramen stews that I repackaged using recycled repackaging. You can see it's in a cashew nut bag from the dollar store, and this is why I say these packagings, don't be throwing these away, save them, because you can use them to portion up, in this case, a ramen stew, or what I call my super stew. Now, super stew is something I might have to do a recipe for, and basically it's a complete balanced meal in one dish. So it's got all our nutrients, protein, fiber, carbs, yada yada, whoop-de-woo. And I use like the V8 style juice drink to use as a sauce, and there is rice, potatoes, I think in this particular one is Italian sausage. We've got some eggplant, carrots, all sorts of veggies, all sorts of goodness. Super stew. And occasionally, you know, I used to do something if I'm not necessarily doing my dollar store prep, so I'd go to the no frills and try and buy the cheapest fresh produce available, be it, you know, try and get myself a meat, be it in this case was Italian sausage was on offer, and whatever other kind of fresh veggies may be on hand or on offer too, to make a super stew. And I make a big pot of it and then would portion it down like this. And, you know, it's kind of very similar to the packaging that we see in the MREs. So let's open this one up. You can kind of see inside there's the super stew. It's in a frozen lump at the moment, and there's a chickpea, and as I said, beans, peas, everything I can put in there that is nutritional goes into the stew. So I do have a saucepan, and you might have to either sacrifice the bag or try and defrost it a little bit. So that one's there. Let me just turn the water on. Let some cold water go in there. And if we open up this one, which is, oh my goodness, that's very, very frozen. We can see inside the ice on it, but that is the ramen stew. And the idea is I'm going to throw both of these in together for my supper tonight. And I was going to do an MRE review. I was going to make a ramen recipe of my own, but I thought, you know what, let's actually show you something. This is, you know, ways I do prep off camera. So actually did do this quite a while. The gold one, the super stew's been in there for probably 8 or 9 months in the freezer, whereas this one maybe only 2 or 3, maybe 4 months old. So we'll look at that one as well. But as I said, I'm just going to put you on pause while I defrost these a little bit, and we'll get them in the pan to warm them up. Okay, actually that came out very easily. We've only been paused a couple of minutes, and there you can go. You can see the super stew, and you can see a carrot, some beans in there, and there is some rice. And look, there's the bag, pretty clean. Once it got a little hot water and it stopped freezing to the sides, it plopped right out, and we can rinse this out, use this bag again to make another stew. And you can see in the sink there, we're just trying to defrost the ramen stew. And oh my goodness, that one seems very stuck to the packaging. So maybe put it on the outside for now, but I've added a little bit of water, and again you could possibly add a V8 into this to add a little bit more vitamins and nutrients. And I might even go and grab one for the pantry, because I do have a couple downstairs, and we'll cook the V8 into that as well. Let's have a little look there. You can see the ramen stew, and I think that's a jalapeno in there. So I do want to get this into the pan as well, so we might just cut this one open and sacrifice this, because it was Dollarama cashew nut bag and not a Mylar. Okay, everybody, so we got it on the back burner on a medium heat. We've filled it up about halfway to water. So there's our ramen stew and my super stew, which has the rice. You can see a potato, a little bit of a carrot and eggplant there. So maybe we should have thrown them in the microwave a little bit to have heated them up prior to putting them in the pot, 'cause they are still frozen, but we're going to leave it on there to simmer and heat up, and that's going to be my supper for the night. So whether or not we press pause and see what happens afterwards, who knows, but I lost my train of thought, sorry. So yeah, we're going to heat that up. That's going to be my supper tonight, and maybe we'll have a look what it looks like when it's ready and a taste test. Alright, so the forgotten leftover stew is still a little bit frozen in there. It's almost ready. There is a little bit. It was actually chicken in the stew, not Italian sausage. I did forget what was in there completely. It's been in there so long, but we got some fresh chicken, or it was fresh when it was put into the stew. You can see the ramen and the beans and all the other stuff that are in there, and there's a very big piece of chicken there. Yum yum yum. So nearly. Let's put a little bit more heat into that, and just put you on pause while I finish up. There we go, just bubbling and popping away. That looks as though it's good and ready to eat. Nice and thick, nice and hearty. Very nutritious, very delicious. So I'm going to eat it out of the pan. Let's take it downstairs to the studio and give it a taste. There, it's in the thrift store studio by the fireplace, and little shit is just hiding out of sight, but you can see a mini meat stick peering over the top. Got a spoon. Actually, you know what? Hold on. Before we eat it, let me show you this. This is a Caratone. And this was a gift from the Crying Hippie last week on the walkabout. He passed me off this. This was 30 grams, just over an ounce. And it says for aromatherapy use only, but you can mix this in with drinks, juice, or coffee, tea, or just water, and it's kind of like I guess a natural painkiller, muscle relaxer type of stuff. So you know what we're going to do here? We're going to throw a spoonful in our super stew. Don't know if that's going to give it any ill effects or anything, but there's a good spoonful, and that's what it looks like, powder. So let's chuck a bunch of that in there. And this really is going to be quite a hearty, delicious meal, although the Caratone might make it taste a bit funny. It does taste or smell a little bit like tea. But Caratone, yeah, I've done taken some of this at bedtime, and it's it does certainly help in it is making this stew smell very, very, very tea-like. Maybe not the best idea. We should have probably ate it first. But yeah, this is let's give it a look. Maybe don't look very appetizing, but there's ramen. There is some rice, although the rice is a little bit overcooked because it has been frozen, cooked before, and frozen and then reheated, so it's not its best. But there is some rice in there. There's some beans and all other sorts of good stuff. So let's really mix it up so we get that Caratone all the way around it. And this will be quite the hearty supper for me, the TFSP. Normally I eat either MREs or ramen noodles out of a bag that aren't cooked. So this is piping hot. Let's just give you another little close-up of the stew. And as I said, I might well have to do a super stew recipe video and show you how to put it in the bags, the little Mylar bags that I've got for storage purposes. So this is me heating up some forgotten leftovers. Thanks for watching. It's a shit video production, as always, for the TSP, the Thrift Store Prepper. Catch you next time. Keep it thrifty, people.